At that moment, he could hardly have imagined that he, the most despised man in the kingdom, would one day be remembered for unintentionally laying the foundation for constitutional democracy in the Western world. Yet, such is one of the great ironies of history. John was the youngest son of King Henry II and Eleanor of Aquitaine, and the brother of Richard the Lionheart, the famed hero of the Crusades. When Richard died without an heir, John ascended the throne in 1199, becoming King John of England. But over his 17-year reign, he would gain notoriety for all the worst traits a monarch could possess: cruelty, cowardice, greed, and failure. John was hated by nobles and commoners alike. He raised taxes relentlessly, punished dissent with brutal force, and held no regard for legal principles. He seized lands from unsupported barons, took hostages to extort ransoms, and shamelessly abused royal power. Worse still, he frequently clashed with the clergy, expelling bishops and defying the Pope, which eventually led to England being placed under interdict, a severe religious punishment that unsettled the entire population and deepened their resentment toward the king. In matters of war and politics, John was equally disastrous. He lost most of the French territories that the Plantagenet dynasty had controlled, including Normandy, a region historically tied to the English crown. His campaigns against France ended in humiliation. His poor military strategy, paired with paranoia and a tendency to blame others, eroded trust even among his closest allies. Tensions reached a boiling point in 1215, when feudal barons, no longer willing to endure his tyranny, rose up and seized London. With little support and few options left, John was forced to negotiate. On June 15, 1215, at Runnymede, beside the River Thames, King John reluctantly affixed his seal to a document that would become a cornerstone of civil liberty, the Magna Carta. The Magna Carta, or Great Charter of Liberties, contained 63 clauses that limited royal power, protected baronial rights, and, most importantly, established the principle that the king was not above the law. On the other, a reluctant midwife profound institutional progress. History, in its irony, shows us that the most reviled ruler may leave behind the most enduring contribution